Hello guys, let's start with our techie talk for the beginners on SAP-ABAP Dictionary. Hello techies, subscribe to my channel Techie Tips. Let's begin. What is a data class? The data class which determines in which the table space the table is stored when it is created in the database. Let's move on to next. What are foreign keys in data dictionary? We use foreign keys basically to define a relationship between the tables in the data dictionary. Create value checks for the input field, link several tables in a view or lock objects. What are search helps in data dictionary? Search helps are the objects that you can use to assign input help, basically F4 help to the screen fields. You can do this by creating a search help in the ABAP dictionary and attaching it to the corresponding screen fields. Okay, in search helps we have two types, eliminatory search help, collective search helps. What are the features or important object types in the data dictionary? Very important question for the beginners. This is very important question. Tables. Tables are defined in the ABAP dictionary independently of the database. Views. Views are logical views of more than one table. Types. The structure of a type can be defined globally in an ABAP program. Lock objects. These objects are used to synchronize access to the same data by more than one user. Domains. Different fields having the same technical type can be combined into a domain. What is database utility? The database utility always used to allow you to edit, create, delete and adjust to the changes to their definition in their ABAP dictionary. Database objects derived from object of a data dictionary. The transaction code used for database utility is SC14. What are control tables? The values specified for a size category and the data class are mapped to a database specific values via control tables. Which objects are independent transport objects? Domains, data elements, tables, the technical settings of the tables, secondary indexes of transparent tables, structures, views, match objects. These are the independent transport objects of the table. Okay guys, let's move on to the ABAP dictionary tables. In ABAP dictionary tables can be defined independent of the underlying database. Yes, we can define it as an independent table. What is a table attribute? The table attributes defines who is responsible for maintaining a table and which type of access are allowed for the table. The most important table attributes are the delivery class, whether the table maintenance is allowed or not, activation type, which type of activation we are going to perform. What is the maximum number of structures that can be included in a table or a structure? We can have a level of 9 levels which we can include in a table or a structure. What are the two methods of modifying SAP standard table? We can have an append structure and customizing includes. How many tables can an append structure be assigned? Only one append structure can be assigned for a table. Can we include customizing includes or an append structure with the pooled or clustered tables? No, we cannot use the customizing includes for an append structure or an append structure with the pooled or clustered tables. What are the aggregate objects in the dictionary? We have couple of aggregate objects such as views, match code, lock objects. The data of a view is not physically stored but derived from one or more database table. Yes, it's true because the data of view is always not physically stored. It derives from the table. What is a match code? Match code is basically a tool to help us to search for the data records in the system. Match codes are an efficient and user-friendly search aids which key for a records which is unknown. What are the difference between a database index and a match code? Match code can contain fields from several tables, whereas index can contain fields from only one table. And match code objects can be built on a transparent tables and pooled and cluster tables. Okay guys, let's move on to the domain. What is the function of a domain? A domain basically describes the technical settings of a table field. It defines a value range which sets the permissible data values for the fields, which refers to the domain. A single domain can be used as a basis for any number of fields that are identical in a structure. Can you delete a domain which is being used by data elements? No, we cannot because it's used across a couple of objects in the data elements. What are conversion routines? Non-standard conversions from display formats to SAP internal format and vice versa are implemented with so-called conversion routines. Basically, if you consider an example of material number, we will have an internal conversion format of 18 characters, but the displayed material number would be 8. So those are called conversion routines. Can you delete data element which is being used by a table field? No, we cannot delete the data element. Can we define a field without a data element? Yes. If you want to specify no data element and therefore no domain for a field, you can enter the data type and field length and a short text directly in the table maintenance. What is the difference between a structure and a table? See, all this while we are talking about a structure and a table. What is the main difference between a structure and a table? The structures are constructed almost the same way as a table. The only difference using that no database table is generated from them. It ideally refers only to one work area where you can refer to a structure. What is a view? A view is a logical view on one or more tables. A view on one or more tables, that is, the data from a view is not actually physically stored, instead being derived from one or more tables. Database view, help view, projection view and maintenance view. These are the different types of views which are available in ABAP. Okay guys, coming on to the lock objects. What are lock objects? When two users simultaneously attempt to access the same data record, this is synchronized by a lock mechanism. Basically, we have different types of locks: read lock, write lock, enhanced write locks. Read locks is also refers to as a shared lock, where it allows other transaction read access but not write access to the locked area of a table. What is write lock? Basically, it refers to an exclusively lock where one user is allowed to write the data into the table, but other users will be locked for not writing access to the database table. Enhanced write lock, which is basically an exclusive lock without cumulating. Write locks also protects from further access from the same transaction. So lock objects basically plays a very important role when you are updating the database table. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel to hear more from us.